Hello everyone who's watching this video. My name is Tigran and welcome to Code Review. So I want to show you a game that me with my team, with my group made. So that game is called Go Student Go. It is a game like this, and since the code is very large and we worked on the project not alone, we will explain which part we particularly programmed in our video separately. So I will talk about the part that was done by me. So generally I was working on movement of the hero, the background and the scores. First of all, I have imported all of the hero images here. I know that there is a much shorter way to do this and avoid writing the same piece of code over and over again, but I did it in this way to avoid any kinds of errors or problems. First, here I have inside of game data I have object called hero. So inside this object I have everything I need. So hero key is another object which has a key pic inside, which means picture, and it is an array of 32 of the length 32. It has 32 images inside of it, which have been imported here. These 32 images. So those are 32 different pictures of hero. Generally, hero has 8 pictures, and it has 4 conditions. At first, he is just like this. Then he will become somewhat zombified. Then more and more. So I have 4 times 8 pictures. That's why here I have 1 to 8, then 2 1 2 2 2 3, and so on until 4 8. So there are 4 types of conditions for hero. Then here I have X, which is the starting position of a hero, Y, which is floor Y, which in turn is right here. It is a constant, so it is 350, so that hero always stays at the same height and does not change its Y coordinate. Then here I have width and height of the hero, and in game data, in this part, that's all that I did. The monsters here was not my part. Another part done by me was the background. So here I have 4 background pictures imported here, background 1 and 4. Also I have 2 point images and 1 office image. So inside of this background key, background is another object which has 6 keys inside of it, 4 pictures, pick 1, pick 2, pick 3, and pick 4. It has a starting x0 and width of 1500. And so as you see, when the game begins, we can't see the background fully because canvas width is 1200, but in this way it is more beautiful because the background moves while we are moving. So what about score? Here we have starting A point, which is 5, starting F point, which is 0, and here I have 2 objects, 2 arrays, level count A and level count F. Level count A and F are arrays which have 4 values inside of them. So these 4 values are for 4 levels, because the game has 4 levels. Because as you see, it has 4 backgrounds. Each level has its own background. So this is how the level count of A's and F's changes as the level changes too. And then here I have a shortcut for hero, so that I don't write game data .hero every time. I can just write hero.x, hero.y, etc. Same for background here, and here I have 2 empty arrays, array A and array F. here I have level is equal to 1, so it is changing variable because it is LED, so that level can change over time. Then here I have hero condition, which is which determines whether the hero is zombified or not. So here first I have a function here, create point, which creates A's and F's, so that then later they can be drawn. So this create points takes two inputs, level and extra. Create points has another function inside of it called points loop. Points loop is called right here. It has 6 inputs: count, R, which is array, pick, point, y value 1 and y value 2. So first points loop is called here with score dot level count A, which means inside inside of this core object the level count A right here. And then it is level -1, so that the first, because in the array the first value's key code is 0, so that if level is 1, it will take the index number 0. Then array input of array is 0, input of point is a point image, so a picture. Then point is array A, the empty array here, and yval1 and yval2 are for y values of x and of A and F, So here I have termination case, so if count is less than 0, it will return. Here I have point R, which is which is this empty array here, because this input point will be array A. So array is beginning with 0, so point 0 will be its image will be picture of a point, and the x will be picked randomly between 5 and 7500, because background width is 1500, and it will be subtracted by 1000, so it will pick randomly between 1 and 6500, plus some extra here. This extra is for level change, because when level changes the points will be not in their place, so I have some extra here, so that I will give the input of extra here, and it changes the position of point so that they have proper positions. Then after creating points and putting them into arrays, I have draw points here. Draw points has another function inside of it called make points. After draw points calls twice make point, because it calls one time for A's and one time for F's. First make point calls this function with array 0 point array A and image array A point image. So first it has termination case here. If array is equal to point dot length, it will return. It will draw image of points, image of point, the location of it, which is randomly chosen here, the y coordinate, y coordinate, which is again randomly chosen here, and it will give it a width and height of 30. So this is how the points are drawn. So here we will have points which are fully made by this, and then it calls the same function, make points function for F's. Then inside of draw function I have these four loops, which are for drawing backgrounds. So it draws 5 times the background of picture 1, then it continues from the last point of first background, the second background picture, then third, then fourth. As you see, the fourth background is twice as longer as the previous ones, because here I is can take 5 values, but here it can take 10 values. But the forest level is not longer. This is done because when the level finishes, when the level finishes, we don't see white screen here. We don't see such white screen like this here inside of Canvas. Then we have here I have tutorial which you can see when the game starts. I mean page reloads. This tutorial is to show the player how to play and what to do to win and what not to do to not lose. So here I have I write the font size, the area, the font type, then the font style, which is for color, and I have 7 fill text functions which will write these 7 lines of code here. Then I have here it writes with 20 pixel size in 0, 0 coordinate. It draws the A point image, which is right here in the left top corner. Then it draws a multiplication sign, which is capital X in front of it. Then it draws the score here, so that we can see how many A's we have here, which is right here. Context fill text, score of A point with its coordinates. Then all of this part is done by my teammates. Here I have here is how the image of hero changes. Here I have as you see from the part of from this part, inside of hero I have object pick, I mean array pick, which has different values of it. So hero image 1, hero image 2, and so on. So here this image num is for the index of the array of hero. So if it is 0, if the image num is 0, this first picture, which is the index of 0, will be drawn. Then the image num will change, and we will have a changing picture of hero. Here I have hero x minus hero width divided by 3, which is just which is for the correct size of hero, because it had some little white space in front of it, so that it will be deleted, and so on. Then I have here I have the background when it reaches minus 30,500 and 31,500. Hero condition will change, so that it changes its zombified version, so etc. I will talk about it later. Then here I have my move function. So this is how the image num changes. Here I have 4 cases for hero condition. If it is in the beginning, the hero condition is 1. Till it is 1, the image num will be increased by 1, and while it is smaller than 6. When it reaches 7, it will be the else condition will work, and image num will be turned into 0, so that it doesn't go beyond the 8th picture, and it looks for this picture. Then I have the same for other hero conditions. As you see, the only thing that changes is image num is increased by 8 here, by 16 here, and by 24 here, so that it changes into proper pictures. Here I have if is moving is true, background x is decreased by 5. As you see, when I move, the hero doesn't move, only its pictures move, but the coordinates of hero don't change. So the only thing that changes is the background picture. So This is how it works. Once is moving is true, if it is not this, if this is true, it will return, so that this function doesn't work, and all of these don't work. So move function will be returned. If it is not, if the hero is not dead, so this is false. The background will be decreased by 5, and for every element inside of my array of A and F points, the coordinate will be decreased by 5. That's how the points here are moving. As you see, A and F points are moving as the background and hero move. The pictures of hero change and the background changes too, and the points go left too, A and F points. So here I have the change of hero Y, which is changed by Y delta. So in the beginning Y delta is 0, so that's why the Y coordinate of hero don't change. Then I have jump function, which is here. So once up arrow is pressed, the jump function will work and the hero will jump. So as you see, jump function works like this. It depends on the hero condition, because as you see, when hero jumps, his legs spread like this, so that it is more beautiful when he jumps. And it depends on the hero condition. If he is somewhat zombified, the image now will change too. Then when hero Y reaches 50, is falling will become true. So hero will start falling when his Y reaches the 50 coordinate here, so that he doesn't go beyond the canvas. And his Y delta will be turned into 7.5. While he is jumping, his delta will become minus 7.5. When he stops jumping, his Y delta will be turned back to 0, and his legs will come to their starting position. See, when he falls, his legs become straight. Then inside of this loop function, I have this repeating jump function, looping and draw function. So it requests animation frame loop and goes again. So every time it checks if hero is jumping, and if it sees that his jumping is true, hero will start jumping. That's about jumping. Then here I have for loop for every point. So this is part for point collision, so that when hero touches the point, they disappear, and my score here changes. So this is how it's done. I starts from 0 and goes until array length -1, so that the index doesn't go beyond the length. This is the termination case. So if array x is smaller than, so this part is for collision. If the collision is true, which means that heroes x and points x coincide, the points y will be turned into 1000, so that it goes far beyond the canvas height and we don't see it anymore. And a point score becomes increased by 1. So this is constantly run for every point, because we have multiple points. Then I have the same loop for f points, but here I have something else. This is for the f points. When we have 5 or more a points, an f point will decrease the number of a points by 5. If we have less than 5 points, we will die. So let me show how it works. For example, now I have only 2 a points, so the next time I touch f, see, I have 4 a points, so I don't have more than 5, so f will kill me. It will write you got too many f's. So when a score is smaller than 5, the test will become true and point lose will become true. So when point test is true, the inside of draw function, I will have I will have the test condition here. So that's pretty much everything I have, and the rest of the code was done by my teammates. So thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.